So I went over to the Pratt Institute to see their end-of-the-year design show, see some of the interesting work the students were doing, and of course, meet some people, including the president.
I'm Francis Burnett, the president
of Pratt. I want to congratulate you on the fact that your students did an amazing job and that you just got the job as president just in January.
I did, and they're incredible, and it is an amazing place to be.
I'm documenting the launch of my business on YouTube. Will it succeed? Let's find out. So I met Francis Burnett, the president, just as I was walking home. I live only a few blocks away, and I didn't intend to meet her, but I did intend to meet lots of people who are involved in design, and of course see the work of the students and see what they were up to. It was a huge variety, from fashion to interiors to, of course, graphic and packaging design, which are what I'm really interested in. But it was great to see all sorts of variety, and I interviewed a number of people. So let me do it in front of your work, because that would make way more sense. All right, so okay. I am here with
Christy Diaz.
And what have you done?
I have done a lot of numerous projects. I've done basically branding, I've done photography, I've done packaging.
And you're a grad student, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you are graduating. Talk about just any of your projects that you want to kind of highlight.
I mean, I like my passions project the best. It's called Vertigrow. It's a hydroponic vertical farming system that I did as a thesis project. My thesis focuses on refugee camps, so the whole purpose of my product was to basically include this into the IKEA's better shelter system. Housing structure.
Okay. You did not tell me that when I talked to you before, and I like that now. No, it's cool.
Yeah, so the whole purpose was to include that into the IKEA's better shelter housing unit and make it work functionally through solar farming systems, helping them grow plants for a more nutritional and basically nutritional lifestyle, sustainable lifestyle.
Yeah, there was a lot of focus on the environment, on social good, and as you might imagine from an academic event, there was a lot of kind of weirder artsy stuff, particularly among the grad students. And what's your name?
My name is Faith Lian.
All right, and you are a graduate student?
Yes, I'm a graduate student.
So explain what you explained to me like a minute ago about your thesis project.
Yeah, my thesis project is about dissonance, and it's approached by mainly like psychology and philosophy approach. And I investigate Fluxus, Dada, postmodernism, these three groups of people, and use their methodology because I associate these three groups of artists with like more dissonance approach to like their work.
So there's a lot there, but Fluxus, Dada, and postmodernism are all art movements. And probably the most interesting to me, at least, is Dada, which was created about 100 years ago and is kind of an anti-art movement. Like Marcel Duchamp had basically put his signature on a urinal and called it art. And, this is back in, like I said, 100 years ago. Fluxus is more of a Yoko Ono's kind of weird 70s thing. And then postmodernism is, I could be here all day explaining postmodernism, but it is actually nice to get kind of a little artsier, even if it, seems a little far from, the basic business of design. But as you can see, she's also done kind of more packaging, branding and stuff as well, but that's not what you want to show off in a big academic event. I will say the undergrads tended to be a little less heady and a little more practical and down to earth. Here's an example of someone whose work I really liked. And so I am here with
Sophia.
And you are?
I'm a graphic design and art director, and I'm graduating from Pratt Institute.
And you have done a lot of work, like in motion design and really interesting type and really interesting posters. Yep. What is this here? This is a poster a day.
So this is a project poster a day where I created a poster for the whole month, each day spending maybe an hour or two with a time restriction and color palette, and I used different programs from After Effects to Cinema 4D, Illustrator, Photoshop, some pen calligraphy.
So yeah, pretty simple stuff, but interesting visuals and good type. And I saw a bunch of other stuff from interior design to jewelry designers to architecture. Honestly, it was a bit overwhelming, but I got to meet a ton of people, even got to talk about my business a little bit. I got to show off some cards and talk about what I was doing, and some people definitely very much seemed interested. But ultimately, I want to congratulate everyone. I want to congratulate Pratt and all the students and all the great work they've done. Really fascinating, interesting night. And for the people I interviewed, I will put links in the description to their work. I will also put a link to Pratt's portfolio page, which unfortunately is not the greatest design, but you'll be able to see a lot of the work there. And of course, if you're in Brooklyn, they're still open and you can go take a look for yourself, which I highly recommend doing. So thank you and have a good one.